like that. Now look, you've made little connectors for this necklace. How cute is that? Hey y'all. Today we are going to do a super fast, super simple pendant and necklace connector in case you have some unfinished chain. It's super quick. It's just going to blow your mind. In the description box, I will put a list of your tools and then also links to where you can get the supplies that I used. I get a lot of questions about where I get my supplies, so I'll put a link in the description box for that. So let's get busy. This is the pendant that we're going to make. It's a 12mm fluorite, just with a little wrap. And if you want to keep like the herringbone look or the finish, you don't have to make the swirl. I just thought it would be fun, so we can do it both ways. But this way you can see the herringbone, and then this way is just a little decorative swirl that goes on the top. But this is what we're making. And if you have like a 8mm bead, you can do the same thing with these, with smaller gauge wire, and you can make these cute little earrings. Oh, there's Cooks. Oh, I wondered how long it was going to take. There she is. So yeah, 8mm smaller gauge wire, and make some really cute earrings. So you're gonna have to make room for me. Alright, so we've got some round nose pliers, flat nose pliers, a little pair of flat nose pliers, some side nippers. I have a 12mm fluorite bead. I have 3 or 4mm copper beads. I have some unfinished chain, a lobster claw clasp, 24 gauge copper wire and 20 gauge copper wire, and a very mischievous cat. I'll put a link to where you can get her if you want as well. So I'm just going to get this out of the way. So first, cut about a 9-inch piece of the 20 gauge copper wire. My pretty girl. I'm gonna have to put you down. I love you so much, but you can't be in my lap. I can't see, babe. Alright, so I got a 20 gauge piece of wire. I'm going to make a bail on the top, and make that bail big enough that it will not only take your connector that we're going to make, but also the chain. So I'm going closer to the bottom of my round nose pliers, about 1 inch down, and I'm going to push it away from me, do a quarter turn up, grasp it again, push that wire back towards me. I'm going to do another quarter turn of my pliers away from me. Now I will push the wire down, so now it looks like this. And so what we're going to do is take this tail and push it away from you so it's perpendicular to your wire, and then bring it back around to you, and we're just going to coil this around our tail because we're going to be making a bail. Then I'm going to use my smaller pliers here to bring that tail around so it's flush. And I'm just working it because we're going to cover most of this up anyway. So there we go. Now take your 12mm bead. This part, you might need a little dexterity. Alright, Cooks, you gotta go. I love you, baby, but you gotta go. A little bit. It's a very simple wrap, but it does require a little bit of dexterity. So go ahead and you don't have to butt it completely to the top, but it makes it easier if you do. And we're going to push the wire to the right and then around the side of the bead and then around in front of the wrap that you made to finish your bail, and then come around behind back to the front. And now we're going to go around the other side of the bead. So we've just went around this bead down to the bottom, and we're going to go another wrap, and we're going to take this wire up and behind this wire to the bail, wrap it around one more time, around the back just the once, go back down the side, back behind. So we've got 2 on this side. We're going to go up one more time. We're going to have 3 on this side. And go back up to the top and make one more wrap behind and to the front and push it off away from you. There's the gist of your pendant. That was really quick. Really quick, really sweet. So you can, 2 things. You can take this around to the back of your, take it around to the back and you'll nip it back here. Or if you want, we can do a decorative swirl on the front like this one. And this one you can do if you're not comfortable with the herringbone look on the front and you want to cover it up because you want to practice a few more times. That's a good way to cover that up. So, but if you want to do that swirl, since I showed that to you, we are going to cut this tail about 1 inch. That's all we need. And then I'll take my round nose pliers and I will start I'll get it started, and this is one of these big pliers come because you can get a hold of it and keep it under control while you're turning and help keep it flat because you got so much surface area to work on. And there, that is in the front. And how cute is that? Just a little decorative swirl. And then we're going to need to turn this veil because it's going to go through the chain. So you just do a turn so it's perpendicular to your wrap. So that was quick. There's your pendant. Now, if you have some unfinished chain, and this is the problem that you'll run into. This is a real fine, probably a 1.5 millimeter chain. My jump rings will not fit through there. I'll show you. So I want to put a clasp on this chain, and then this is the conundrum. It doesn't fit. It's too big. No matter what I do, it's too big. So here, I've cut this piece of about 17.5 inches. Now I'm going to go and move to the 24-inch wire, and I'm going to cut 2 pieces approximately 3.5 inches long. You don't need a lot, because we don't need anything really big. So I'm going to do 2 pieces, 3 inches. And we're going to go down about 1 inch push and I'm more closer to the top of the tine here, so it's going to be a smaller loop. I'm going to push the wire away from me, quarter of a turn up, push the wire back toward me, quarter of a turn up, push that tail around to the back, and then just start making a wrap. And just a couple of 3 times. We don't need a whole lot. There we go. And I'm going to cut that flush. And now I'm going to add one of the little copper 3mm beads, 3 or 4mm. There we go. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to push it away from me, bring it to the top, push it back toward me, push it to the back. Now before I finish this, I'm going to attach my chain. I'm going to push that into that, through there, and I see the chain is on that connector. And now I'm going to place it back on my round nose pliers and just push that tail and just do a quick couple of wraps down to where it's snug next to that little, and then snip it off where it's flush. There's one side of our chain. Now we're going to do the same to the other side. So push that away from you, quarter of a turn up, bring it back toward you, quarter of a turn away, and we're going to attach this to the other end of the chain. Same as we did over here. And then just a couple 3 wraps. And now, add your bead. I'm going to finish this side, push it away from you, quarter of a turn up, bring it back toward you. Now we're going to add the clip, or the clasp. Push that, hold that steady, and then just wrap that around there. And let's clip it flush. I'm going to go ahead and finish that down there like that. Now look, you've made little connectors for this necklace. How cute is that? It gives it just a little bit of like upscale to it as well. And then take this in, go ahead and thread it through. And your lobster claw. Look what we did. Look at this cute little pendant that you just made, and how to finish a chain. I give it just a little bit more class. That's your difference between your artisan and then just your quick manufacturer. There we go. And remember, be peaceful. Be kind, it's important. And create something today. I'll talk to you soon. Right, but we're not going to finish it, so I made a nice round link. Now I'm going to add the lobster claw clip. Oh, I messed it up. Dadgummit.